ahead,
No,
just have a conversation.
Yeah, so I was just telling you about the history of Arc'teryx. It started in 1991 with a truly innovative harness that they brought to the outdoor market, which then evolved into a very, and when you talk about timeless, the Bora packs, which came out with thermoform suspension and quickly became like the #1 selling pack, and still is like, it was game changing. It was disruptive technology that changed the pack market forever. Same thing with that harness. And then in the mid-90s came the Gore-Tex apparel with watertight zippers. And Arc'teryx is credited for bringing a lot of these innovations to the marketplace that now you see on this floor. It's ever present. And so first and foremost, Arc'teryx is an innovation company. And here at
you guys are really known for innovation, at least where I come from.
It's game-changing gear. And for anyone, I'm a lifelong skier, and we were just talking about it in the last meeting. It's like I learned to appreciate Arc'teryx when it was 100-mile-an-hour wind, and I hunkered behind that hood. And now, the operators.
I wish I had some Arc'teryx.
The operators have found Arc'teryx for this very reason that me as a skier has gravitated to this brand, because it is true. It works, and it works in. To provide greater comfort in a wider range of temperatures in super foul weather. It's durable stuff. The Gore-Tex stuff is it's part of the environmental statement. We'd rather have you buy one jacket that lasts 10 years than have to buy three that go 3.5 years each. And that's why we partner with Gore-Tex, solely for that durable waterproofness. And they're one of our key partners. And so the Leaf thing has evolved, and Mark can really kind of give you a real soundbite on this. Leaf is how many years old? 5 years?
Well, it started about 2004, 2005 when we did a pack for the Marine Corps, the LB. And then from that afterwards, we were starting to get a lot of customers contacting us, let's say outside of the ski world, more from your line of work, where they were just buying stuff from our outdoor line, just using it for the military application. So, after a while, they're asking us for some more specific applications, some more modifications. So then we started making gear specifically for them. Making stuff for the law enforcement military community is well in line with what Arc'teryx does. It's all about design, materials, and construction. That's what we're all about, design and material. You can totally apply that to the military world, law enforcement, ski world, climbing. It all falls into place.
Operating on the edge.
Yeah.
Extreme environments.
That's right.
So now what we do well is outdoor stuff. So we just need to work with guys from the military world, and they're happy to provide us with input. So we have close connections with a lot of people in the military world, law enforcement world, and we're able to build stuff for them. I mean, it's really interesting to be able to do this, to have that connection and to make the right gear for them. They know what they want, and we're just able to make it. It's great.
It's almost like the relationship now. You've got the extreme sports guys and
It's a
tier 1 units. And
they're both athletes.
They're both driving this innovation, right?
That's very much. Last night was like an athlete get together almost. I mean, same thing we would see at outdoor retail.
Party I didn't get invited to.
Yeah, but
the greatest party in the world.
The greatest party in the world.
I got the 1 a.m. text.
It's a 10:30 text. I think. But yeah, so no, that's lost my train of thought there.
Put you on the spot. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's like an athlete party. I mean, and it's like we're getting athlete feedback, just like we would from Will Gadd, one of the best ice climbers out there, or Ines Paper, or Eric Thorlifson, great skier. These guys are all on our team. And just like the last time, it was a little bit of a team meeting to get feedback from those guys and to show them some appreciation for that feedback. So rather than taking the shotgun approach to try to build something that someone gravitates to, we're building stuff that you already know has got a demand and a purpose. It's kind of like the Riggers belt. You guys had a chance to try the Riggers belt.
Yeah.
And so that's actually, those guys were taking a X350 harness and they were just cutting leg loops.
Yeah.
So we modify the warp strength from the harnesses, which is proven technology, and really build the very purpose-built Riggers belt for that end.
A Riggers belt that actually functions.
The Riggers belt that actually functions.
It doesn't just look cool.
With the harness, a lot of the weight goes on the leg loops, right? So if you take the leg loops out and you're putting all your weight onto the belt, it could be dangerous, right? Because you need to re-engineer a belt.
Center of gravity.
Right. So the Riggers belt is actually narrower than the belt on a harness, but it's also stronger than the belt on a standard harness. But it's tiny. It weighs 150 grams, and it can save your life. It's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a tour of the gear after we get done talking.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, we brought you guys in, well, one, so we wanted to meet you and thank you. We're psyched to strike up a partnership with you guys, but one, to show you what's new for us.
Yeah.
We got two really cool stories coming out for Spring 12. One is the first available commercial for multicam. It comes in a couple different pieces. We got it, the new Alpha Parka, Alpha Pant, and then there's just an all Alpha jacket as well. It's actually the zippers will be color matched to the crocodile. They're not black like production. This is still just a sample. But you get, Vortex, 3 layer, water, breathable, incredible. I mean, the beauty about this fabric
In your line of work, you have weapon oil, any kind of oil that will come from any machinery.
Sitting in the back of the helicopter.
So normally oil will
Soaking up.
go into the fabric and it's contaminated for good. Then you have a weak spot in your jacket, water can come through it. But having that coating to the membrane, it means it can handle that kind of abuse. Just really specializing it to the military market.
What kind of coating is that again?
Olaphobic.
Okay. And it's applied over the top of the Gore-Tex?
No, on the membrane, on the inside.
Okay.
So you have the face fabric, the membrane, and then the backer. The oilophobic is around the membrane.
So it's a 4-layer system,
It's three. So
including the fabric itself, or no?
the face fabric is one.
Okay.
Then you have the PTFE membrane, which is the Gore-Tex membrane itself. And then there's a coating on top of that membrane, which is the olaphobic coating. And then there's the backer, which is
this, yeah, which is this.
You'll see the
Yeah.
This is the backer.
Yeah, so it's that sandwich construction. You got your face, you got your Gore-Tex membrane in the middle, and then the back here. So that olaphobic, one of the biggest things for Gore-Tex or any sort of waterproof thing is contamination.
Right.
When you get oily or when it gets dirty, it's not as
The
waterproof.
hydraulic fluids.
That's exactly right.
Super.
Exactly. So the more that you can, guard it from contamination, the better performance you're going to
Right
get.
on.
Just